and took history and made it prophecy. So that you would be walking with Jesus and wouldn't know him. Why would Satan, now I got to get to Satan because he's the man that God have made me to condemn and destroy. Satan is no lightweight. Satan has beaten all the prophets of God. Satan, the prophet does his work. Sometimes Satan will arrest them. Sometimes he kill them. Sometimes he put them in prison. And after the prophet did his work and left, Satan comes right in the path of the prophet and corrupt his teachings. Let me give you an example. The two greatest prophetic voices that are universal is the voice of Jesus and the voice of Muhammad. Each one, Jesus and Muhammad, started narrowly. Jesus started this way. He's talking to his disciples. Go ye not in the way of the Gentiles, but go ye to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Narrow focus. Go to the lost sheep. Teach them. Get them right first because I'm going to use them. Woo, I'm coming to you, I'm coming to you. Then before he leaves, he says, go ye into all the world and preach this gospel to every nation, kindred, and tongue. Jesus was to be a universal man, not some local fella. In fact, the real Jesus, he's so heavy till in truth, when he does his work, he seals up the book. No need for another prophet ever. Because when prophets comes, it means something is wrong. When Jesus finishes, evil is ended. Satan's world is collapsing when Jesus comes. So now we got to trick the believers in Jesus. This is Satan. Look at you. How many denominations do you have, Christians? How many? You can't even count them. Over 600. Do you think Jesus has 600 different expressions of his word? That you could say, I'm a Methodist because he said, I am the way. He's a method, all right. He's the truth. He's the life. That's a bad man. He said, I am the good shepherd. Damn. How can you say you following him and you robbing the people? I went to church one day to a funeral. The little boy from Fender High School, somebody hit him in the head with a 2x4, and they killed him. His family came to me. They didn't have any money to bury that boy. My son is here. I said, son, go to the bank and get a check for $10,000. No, I don't need applause. I just need you to get to know me. Because I'm about to say some stuff. You say, damn, you gonna say some stuff? Ain't that some stuff you've been saying? Yeah, but it's not the stuff you about to hear. Look, brother and sister. They have milked your love for Jesus to become rich and powerful. I want to be a preacher. So I'm going to build a church whose name is on the ownership paper. Oh, well, mine. And I want this thing to pass on, so I got my son going to theological seminary. So when I lay my life down, my son gonna pick it up, and we're gonna have big church. How you gonna say you represent Christ? What Christ do you represent? Because see, you have to answer questions today. Brothers and sisters, I know it's difficult because you've given your life to the study of the gospel. And you preach what you study. But the man, you can't even bring the life of the man into your life to become what God made him. I met a great preacher one day, and he came to the mosque, and the mosque, the brother was teaching, and he looked like he was mocking, the preacher. The preacher liked to moan, Wait now. You ain't never seen the moaning Jesus. Jesus never traveled with a band. Hit it! And we rocking, baby. This is church. I mean, more hips swinging like we in the nightclub. Brother in the choir, he looking. Ooh, look at that. Church was great today. But you're not made wiser in Jesus. You're happy because they sang well and the man preached well, hopefully. And you go away unfulfilled. So preaching Jesus is a business. So many know if I could learn a few Bible verses, I can have a church. So in Chicago, on practically every corner, there's somebody that took a verse out of the Bible and made a church. And the young people that's in the audience, they watching grandma. They see grandma hanging out in the church, giving her hard-earned money. But many of the young people see their pastors as pimps. Not this pastor. Not this pastor. These are pastors that work in the name of Christ to build a better community. You can't ask for nothing better than that. That's why Father Pfleger, I call him my spiritual brother. You say, but he's white. Really? And some jacktail is going to tell me, I grew up not looking at color. Shut up! How the hell you going to tell me you just don't see color? Don't let white people talk that crap to you. The hell you mean you don't see color? You can't see I'm a black man? You can't see my nappy head? My thick lips? Shut up! You know damn well you see color. You go to the florist, you ask him for what you want. He can't give you just any color if you ask for red roses. So stop talking stupid. I'm colorblind. The hell you are. I said, well, wait a minute, Farrakhan. Now, where are you going with this? Stick with me a few more minutes. What Satan did, he made Jesus white and then falsified his teaching. Jesus never left the tiny state of Palestine. Jesus didn't know nothing about no cross. Ooh, I want you to listen. Ooh. The Jesus that was the historical Jesus, he never saw a multitude. I want you to listen good today. He was talking to some rebellious Jews. And they hated him. Now, today I want to clear up something about that name, Jews. Because they got me now, you know. Oh, the minute I say Jew, their antennas go right up. So I want you to calm down. Because the name Jew is a divine name. What did you say, Farrakhan? Yes. See, in the book of Revelations, John is talking in Revelation 2 and 9. And John is saying, I know your works, and tribulation and poverty. He was talking to the real Jews. Real Jews do good. Real Jews are not the rich of the world necessarily. John the Revelator says, I know your poverty, but you are rich. Look at these words. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Yes, sir. There we go.
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Hey, wait. Blasphemy? Ooh, that's a heavy term. Blasphemy is the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things, profane talk. Blasphemy. So some people who are not Jews are blaspheming by saying that they are what they are not. But they are the real synagogue of Satan, using the name Jew to hide themselves. Blasphemy. Now some of the Jewish people who are under the Talmud, Lord have mercy, they think so much of themselves. Do you black people, you, us, we, you look at 400 years, you look at the transatlantic slave trade, you look at them hanging us up, burning us at the stake, raping us, robbing us, and you call it the Holocaust. And the Jew will say to you, you can't use that term. How many of you have heard Jewish people tell you you can't use Holocaust when you talk about black suffering? Do you know why? Because to them, the suffering of 6 million Jews is worth 7 billion human beings on our planet. So when you say Holocaust, that's to them blasphemy. That's how cheap they think of Palestinian life, the life of the Gentiles. Only their life is sacred.
Hi, I'm very okay, and you're in the stream. Today in Israel, Jews discriminating against Jews. Is it because they're black? Ethiopian Israelis say that's what it feels like. So this conversation started and got revved up internationally because of protests in Israel. The conversation is starting online here as well. Malika Bilal is out, Omar Badar is in. What are you seeing, Malik?
You know, for a lot of people who are not familiar with the context, the protests seem to have come out of nowhere, but we asked people in our online community about the conditions that may have led to these protests. We have Jahangir here on Facebook who says African origin Jews are living in the worst conditions compared to their counterparts in ghettos. They are constantly under attack.
Racism and police harassment, that's what some Jewish Israelis of Ethiopian descent say they face every day. So when a video went viral of police officers assaulting an Ethiopian Israeli soldier, thousands protested in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. They say they don't want to be treated like second-class Jews anymore. Israel brought Jewish Ethiopians to the country in 2 covert operations in the 1980s and 1990s. Tens of thousands were airlifted to Israel, rescued from famine and civil war. They would help grow Israel's Jewish population, but when they arrived, they were forced into immersion ceremonies and not required of European immigrants. Israeli hospitals have thrown out Ethiopian-Israeli blood donations, and Ethiopian women say in the past, Israeli doctors forcibly injected them with long-term birth control drugs.
Now, in a few minutes, I want to get to the way Jews are obsessed with me. Then we were defending Reverend Jackson because the Jewish Defense League were threatening him and his family. So it was the Muslims that came by his side to protect the life of Reverend Jackson and his family. Ask him, he'll tell you. Now that's when I got involved with Jews. I've been working 64 years on the black problem. I ain't never had too much time to talk to white folk. I was never trying to be their friend.